Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's postpartum update. This is gonna be my 7-month postpartum update, which is so crazy. These updates are honestly flying by a lot faster than my pregnancy updates went, but I hope that you're enjoying them and that maybe it's just a very real and relatable thing for any other moms out there. You guys sent in a couple questions, so I will be addressing those, and that will kind of help lead this update video and where it goes, and then I'll just share kind of what life has been like postpartum wise the last couple of weeks. But if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps boost my videos here on YouTube and just shows your guys' support and helps me know that you enjoyed a video. And if you're new here and enjoyed today's video, I would love if you would consider subscribing down below. I make motherhood, lifestyle related videos. We do family vlogs and just all sorts of fun things. And right now I'm actually on like a minimalist journey. I want to become more of a minimalist this year, so if any of those topics interest you, love to have you join my YouTube family. But without further ado, let's just get right into this month's postpartum update. So just my luck, I went onto my phone to check your guys' questions and I hadn't saved them and that story had like timed out, but I do remember some of them. So one of the first questions that was asked was, am I doing anything to help with postpartum hair loss? So let's talk postpartum hair loss for a second, because that is definitely something that I have felt hit me later on in postpartum. I didn't experience it for the first couple months. I was still on the prenatal and I don't know if that helped, but I've actually since gone back onto a prenatal just for like nutrition reasons, and it hasn't made a difference. So I'm not actually like actively doing anything to help with my postpartum hair loss. I'm just kind of accepting it at this point. It happens to every single woman. It's super common, and it's just, I think, like a phase your hair has to go through. I'm sure there's things out there that you can try and do. I'm considering actually getting my hair cut just because it's thinned so much and it has been falling out that it feels kind of limp and dead, and the length pulls it down obviously. So I'm considering getting like a blunt cut to give it a bit more volume and just give it a bit more life. But yeah, I don't have a ton of help in that department just because it's something that I've kind of just had to come to accept. It's just something that happens. So I'm not doing anything about it. I've just kind of come to accept it, and yeah, I don't like it. Probably the worst part for me is not even the postpartum hair loss, but just the fact that Samantha grabs my hair so much and there's a lot of breakage because of that. So that's why I'm considering cutting it, because I just end up wearing it tied up all the time, and I don't think that looks super cute. So I'd rather just keep it short or something. So we'll see what ends up happening with that over the next couple months, but hopefully that helps answer that question. So then the next question was related to postpartum anxiety, and they basically asked like, what does postpartum anxiety look like or feel like for me, I believe was how they worded that. So let's get into that a little bit, and I'm actually gonna save that question just because that's gonna be a topic I think I want to touch on at the end. So before we get to that, I did just want to give you guys a little update. Physically, I talked about this in my last one that I really wanted to get back into working out. I still haven't made that a priority, and I really need to, but something we have been doing is going for more walks, and I've noticed a huge difference in that, and it's really nice. One thing I think I need to look into is pelvic floor physio, because my pelvic floor muscles like were destroyed when I had Samantha, and not just did I go through labor, but forceps were used to deliver Sammy, and so I think because of that, a lot of my pelvic floor muscles were kind of destroyed in that process. So it's a very common thing for women to for pelvic floor issues to arise after. And the more women I've talked to, the more I've said like physio really helps and things like that. So I'm looking into maybe doing that, but I think I really need to commit to the Better Body After Baby program that I purchased. So hold me accountable. The next postpartum update I do, I'm going to give you guys an update on that. I've been doing that because that isn't something that's been really frustrating. Like I can't go for runs and do regular exercise right now because my pelvic floor is not strong enough. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So that's been a bit of a struggle. But besides that, everything is good. I do still have some ab separation. So again, it's just about me being consistent with the workouts and healing it. That's totally on me. But I'm excited to hopefully heal that and just regain some strength, because it's been a little bit frustrating feeling like I can't go for runs or do regular workouts because I'm still kind of navigating my new body. It's not even that I look super different, it's that I just feel different. So like when I'm working out and things, I just don't have the same kind of strength or like structure even, because there's like a separation in my abs. It's really weird to describe, but it feels very different. And so that's just been something I've been kind of having to navigate. And again, it's totally on me for just not committing to a routine and sticking with stuff like that. So that's my bad. I guess now we will just jump right into the question about postpartum anxiety, just because that's been such a huge part of my postpartum experience, and so I feel like it's something I can really talk about. There's so many elements of postpartum, but they don't all affect us, and everyone's postpartum season is going to look so different. So this is just my personal postpartum experience, and postpartum anxiety and depression has been a big part of that. So my anxiety looks a lot like a lot of intrusive thoughts, which are thoughts of your child being harmed or loved ones being harmed, just very graphic images, very difficult things that just suddenly pop into your mind that you're like, where did that come from? So intrusive thoughts are a big part of my anxiety. I also have like kind of paranoia about like someone being behind me or around me or in my home or in the backseat of my car. So there's a lot of like, I constantly feel on edge and like nervous and like panicky, as if I was in a dangerous situation, even though I'm not in a dangerous situation at all. I would say that those are the two biggest parts of my anxiety, is intrusive thoughts and just like feeling on edge and scared and nervous all the time. It is so exhausting, and it's definitely really difficult to kind of navigate through. So something that I actually have not admitted yet openly on YouTube or Instagram, but that I want to because it's been long enough. I just felt like I wanted to give it some time, but I did start on medication. So I have been on an antidepressant and it's helped immensely, but I am still dealing with my anxiety. So I just want to put this out there that like there's not a one quick fix to mental health. But yes, starting on antidepressants was a huge step for me. It was something I was really nervous about doing. I just felt there was a lot of stigma. I was worried it would harm Sammy because I'm breastfeeding, but talking to my doctor just brought me a lot of peace. And I really came to the conclusion that getting on medication was the healthiest thing, not only for me, but for Samantha and Rodolfo. I feel like a changed person. I didn't realize how bogged down I've been, not just since Sammy was born, but like the last 4 years of my life. I swear I've been living under this like fog, and I didn't even know it because it had just become my normal. So that was the best step for me, and I have zero regrets, and I am such a, like, I'm so grateful that we have these things that we are able to now take. I'm so grateful. It's really helped balance out my mental health, especially my depression. I really feel like I got a handle on that like overnight. It was a really instantaneous thing. My anxiety, however, has been a different story. It's helped my anxiety, but I still am battling it. So it's something I'm still working through. A couple things that are helping is definitely being on medication, also seeing a therapist. I'm actually in the process of switching who I see. I was seeing a counselor that was really great. She was awesome, but I just wasn't connecting with her on the same level. So I'm actually going back to my old counselor via Zoom from when we lived on the island. So I'm really excited to kind of connect with her again and begin that process of working through things. And then another thing I'm doing is I'm actually just like constantly open to postpartum groups. So there's often in your community or your town, you can find postpartum groups that are being offered. So there's often like, I didn't even know this was a thing, but there's like a mental health unit where you will live. And so you can look up like wherever you live, mental health, and lots of options should come up. And so I've been able to find online postpartum groups. I've been able to find support, different people to talk to, and it's been really, really great. So right now with my anxiety, I'm just trying to be trying new things to really see what helps. And I really feel like it's a combination of multiple different things. I don't feel like it's one thing. It's like doing a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this all creates this healthy balance. So going along with that, some things I'm trying to do is also really watch my diet, because there's certain foods that can trigger anxiety and certain foods that can help it. So I'm still in the thick of it and in the learning process, But yeah, I hope that helps like answer your guys' question and also just like give you kind of a helpful what it looks like. Anxiety and postpartum anxiety can look totally different for everyone. I didn't realize half of the things that label under or go under the category of postpartum anxiety until the doctor, like when you call your doctor, they'll probably do like an assessment. At least mine did, like an assessment with me. So they like ask you a bunch of questions and then it's like, do you feel this every day, multiple times a day, or like multiple days, some days, never, not at all kind of thing. And they would ask questions and I'm like, that goes under anxiety? Like I never would have put that together. So it's really interesting and I just really want to encourage any moms out there that if you feel like maybe something's off, just talk to your doctor. There is no harm in just talking to someone and being like, is this something? The worst they're gonna say is, that maybe wouldn't go under this, but hey, we can probably get you help here. Like, what's the worst they could say? It's probably not that bad. So I've become a huge, like, I don't know, I just feel like this needs to be talked about more because I think so many women struggle in silent and we don't need to. There's resources out there and it doesn't have to be medication. It doesn't have to be the same route for everyone. Sometimes it can just be a shift in our lifestyle that needs to happen, but just working with someone can sometimes be the best thing, or just having someone validate how you're feeling is huge. So that is my current update on postpartum anxiety, depression, my mental health. Again, that's been the biggest part of my postpartum kind of journey and season. So I hope that this maybe helps someone else feel understood and heard out there, that you are 100% not alone in that at all. It's a very common struggle, and just that alone, finding common humanity and talking to other moms, being open about it and realizing you're totally not alone, can hopefully help you just feel a little bit of comfort. That is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this video, that it was hopefully relatable to any other moms out there going through the postpartum season. Your postpartum season is going to look different than mine, and just like we're all going to be going through it differently, but just reminding ourselves that at the end of the day, we're not alone in the things that we go through. Postpartum is totally a roller coaster. Be gentle with yourself, give yourself so much grace, and just remember to try your best to focus on how far you've come. So I think back to when I was month 1 of being postpartum was so rough, and I just think, wow, the things that were hard now are not as hard now. And so I remind myself that the things that are hard now, a year from now or a couple months from now, those probably won't be the hardest thing. So it kind of gives me a little bit of perspective that things are constantly changing and you're just going to be constantly navigating this new season of your life. And that's exciting, daunting, overwhelming, but it's, you know, it's a blessing, and I am super grateful to be a mom and to have Sammy. I feel she's such a gift, and I don't take that for granted ever. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you are a mom and you're going through postpartum, let me know in the comments below, how many months postpartum are you? Do you love it? Are you struggling? Like, let's just be real. And if you guys ever need someone to chat to, or you just feel like you need to vent or anything, my DMs on Instagram are always open, and I'm totally comfortable just chatting with any of you guys that maybe just need a friend or someone to listen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon in my next video, and I will see you guys next month in my next postpartum update. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.